that we can get out of an expo is the change of the lives of all the young people or older people, more mature people.
We're connecting today with a very dear friend, the Commissioner General of the Swiss Pavilion, Manuel Salchli. A very dear friend since Expo Shanghai 2010, I'm sorry.
2010, yes.
And, but a true expert in Expos. So, you know, as we were preparing this connection, how would you say, you know, tell me about your Expo lives.
Well, you know, I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Switzerland, responsible for the Swiss participation in Expo in 2002. I just wanted to make, it's going to be 20 years. It's going to be 20 years next year. And I said I'm going to be project manager for the Swiss Pavilion in IT Expo in Japan, Nagoya. But I'm going to do 3 years because it's a job for the Confederation, it's public service, it's like, you know, I want to go back to the private sector afterwards. And I'm still here, still here.
But a country like Switzerland, you know, everybody knows Switzerland. Why would it be relevant for Switzerland to be in an expo?
Very good question, actually. Everybody says, and especially now during or at the end of COVID, some people say these big international events, it's over. You know, we don't need them anymore. We're all getting used to Zoom conferences, WebEx. But you know, even if an expo, I think it still adds, it increases the sympathy for a country.
Right.
And now, more than ever, how important it is for us to meet.
Exactly.
You know, and meet physically. We could have had this talk through a Zoom video screen. But I think the most important, and the young people who come and work at Expo, like for the two of us, having started 20 years ago or 10 years ago, I think it did change our lives somehow.
Right, right.
And
So
that's the least that we can get out of an expo is the change of the lives of all the young people or older people.
More mature.
Still more mature people.
How has that affected your way of seeing things and the way of the relationship vis-a-vis Expo and vis-a-vis the participants as well?
I must very humbly say, I think I learned how to become a diplomat because I'm not actually a diplomat. If you know me, I'm very loud and straightforward, and chairing this committee. Okay, it's a role that Switzerland tries to play well as a neutral country.
It's in the DNA. You know,
it's in the DNA.
You avoid problems. You know, Switzerland avoids problems.
Exactly.
Now let's think about the question you were asking about the Botero sculpture. Very interesting perspective because there was a lot of fear in Colombia about bringing a nude statue. What we wanted as Colombia was to say we are not only beautiful landscapes and some industry and businesses, we're also art. So we have much more to offer.
With art, honestly, I didn't perceive Colombia as a country where art comes from. And what you do, you confirm what we know, like beautiful
landscape.
Very, very nice people, beautiful landscape, beaches and all this. And then suddenly, but we also have art or handicraft. So I think that's interesting to do something like this at Expo. Not everybody does it, you know?
Exactly.
Some countries, they just follow the line and they talk about what is already known.
What would you say is an ideal Expo, just to, as we're closing these beautiful, or an ideal Expo experience as we close this wonderful conversation?
I do believe this Expo has a potential to somehow, not change the world obviously, but to contribute to a sustainable development of the world by bringing together experts from all parts of the world. We will yet have to find out how this program for people and planet actually evolves, but I think it's the first Expo that has defined itself with two layers, the public pavilions and the specialist program, and I'm really excited to see how this program evolves.
Well, Manuel, I'm delighted to have you here in this Connecting Minds in the Colombia Pavilion, and I do hope that we have a wonderful Expo, and I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me, and thanks for the excellent coffee.
Thank you.